Alright, alright, alright. Today, we're going to be making Chinese. We're gonna be making Chinese golden fingers, New England style, pretty much, because, well, we all know it's not the same everywhere else. Oh, jeez, the light.
Devin Hurst says, "Hi Fluffy."
How's it going, Devin? Jesus, how far does the light have to be? There we go.
What is on the menu today?
Chinese golden fingers. Chinese golden fingers. I wonder what happens if I turn this off. That looks fine to me. You just move back a little bit. Alright. What do I want to start first? Let's start chopping up some chicken, and then we'll get the oil boiling. Alright. Chicken. I'm losing my mind. There's 3 in here. I'm only going to use 2. I'm going to get a new wrapper. This little one is going to get saved. Freezer.
Thomas Messer says, "Chef Boiler Fluffy."
How's it going, Thomas? How's it going, Thomas? Okay, so we need to cut these into like strips / chunks and stuff. But let's start taking off the bad ends.
Sean in the pack says, "Hey Fluffy, what's up?"
How's it going, Sean? These are definitely not going to be like even. Be all kinds of different sizes. I do want to take this bad stuff and get them out of here. There we go. This cut way better. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's Thursday?
Devingvest says, I'm doing good. Thursday is okay.
This is gonna be the last like decent day for me for the next like 2 weeks. We're about to have a heat wave that's insane. It's gonna be feeling like well over 100 for about 2 weeks. Should be plenty. Should be plenty.
Thomas Messer says, you should do a catch clean cookout at the lake.
Well, I don't eat seafood, so I couldn't do that.
Devingvest says, that is a nice dew rag on your head.
It's just hot, so instead of sweating on the food, I figured, why not do it this way? Said 4 boneless chicken breasts for this recipe. We'll be fine. I don't want to overdo it either. But I do have a pot sitting here for rice, and what I put in there is about a half a cup of chicken broth with 2.5 cups of water, some Italian seasoning, some butter, some salt, some pepper, and some garlic. So you make sure the rice is flavorful. You know what they say when they say teaspoon? All that means is eyeball it. Salt. Some white pepper. Because I don't feel like getting my hands all chickened out. We'll use a spoon. So what we'll do now,
Simo says, "Hi friend."
We'll get the pot of water going, and then we'll start making the batter. How's it going?
Thomas Messer says, "I use that looks like enough method too."
Yeah, I already cut the chicken, washed my hands, and I don't really want to do it again. I mean, I could make the other chicken, but the littlest will probably have 2. Next one will have 3. So there's at least 12 left after that to split between 2 adults. So I don't feel like really eating a lot. I was extremely sick yesterday. Technically, I was going to do this stream yesterday, but I was sick. Season, combine flour, mix well, form a smooth batter. You know, there's another way of doing this, but alright, so
Gavin says, "Did you win live on Twitch earlier today? Are my eyes playing tricks on me?"
I was testing something. Flour, pancake mix, cornstarch, egg, baking soda, so all of it. So if you guys want to do this yourself, this is the time to follow along. I had a feeling this was an actual thing. I knew there was more to it for the Chinese version. But if you ever want to just take pancake mix, you know, the completed version, make it up, the batter, throw some chicken breast in there, just fry it that way, you can. They make good chicken nuggets. But if you want the Chinese version, which makes them a little more airy.
Says, "All good man."
So half a cup of flour. Then you're gonna want half a cup of pancake mix. I think when they say pancake mix, I think they're talking about the fully not done one, but I got the done one. And I don't care. If you didn't want to use pancake mix, you could always use self-rising flour. Half cup pancake mix. Half a cup of cornstarch. Jeez, that's a lot of cornstarch. Cornstarch is good for the crunch. And now, teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm just gonna, baking powder. I'm just gonna sprinkle some on there. This is what's gonna make it airy. Airy. 1 cup of water and 1 egg. Fresh egg, not store-bought. And this time I'm going to use a fork. Break that egg up before I put the milk in. Oh yeah, I forgot. It says water, but here's the thing. Don't use water. Don't. You want to make it that airy little thing where you know if you eat it right, the chicken will pop out. And you'll still be left with that crunchy little bread in. Well, put club soda. Trust me. Holy crud. For a second there, I thought we were out of rice. One. Two. Opa.
Devin was said, why the fuck soda?
It makes it very airy. You're putting air in the batter because of the carbonation. That's why. It makes your batter airy. Boom. So much for doing dishes. Alright, so all I have to do now is mix this up. As that mixes up, I'm actually going to get this up to 350. How's it going, Joshua? So guys, there is a super chat goal. If we hit that super chat goal, I'll smoke a brisket. If we can hit that super chat goal, I'll smoke a brisket. Live. Or something that good live. I'll smoke some good meat live. That's what's going to happen if we hit that goal. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try and make this batter as smooth as possible. And then we'll work on the sauce.
Devin just says, what is your favorite type of meat?
Anything beef, really.
Joshua Maxwell says, let's go.
Thanks, Joshua. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be $5 or higher to go towards goal because I did it for the price of a brisket. The price I could get a brisket for. So look at that. Look how smooth that is. One thing I'm gonna do, it says dip it, I ain't doing that. We're just gonna mix it all together and I'm gonna pull it out one at a time. Mix it all really good. We'll take a toothpick. We gotta get our goal up to, not goal, the heat up to 350. But thank you for the super chat, bud. I do appreciate it. Is that really what it said? 350? Dip chicken batter and deep fry at 350 for 5 minutes or till golden brown in a heavy bottom saucepan.
Devinvest says, my mum knows how to make a really tasty shepherd's pie.
I love shepherd's pie. Once the rice is done, I'll cook the sauce.
Joshua Maxwell says, cooking with Fluffy.
Yes, sir.
Devinvest says, let go.
Got my toothpick so I don't mess up the batter. And the best thing is, let's say you cook a bunch, but you somehow couldn't finish it. You can always put it in the fridge. It's like leftover Chinese. You can put it in the air fryer for like a minute or two, just to get it that it's hot. Because as it's bringing it to its normal temperature, it's also crisping it. If you put it in the microwave, it'll bring it to its temperature, but you're also making the bread and soggy.
Amad3LL3TV says, hey you old goat, how are you doing?
How's it going, bud? Thanks, Joshua. Hitting in for the goal. He wants that brisket. Annabelle, how's it going? Don't forget, folks, if we hit this goal, I will smoke a brisket. So we're looking at a long-ass stream. If it's not a brisket, it might be pulled pork. We'll see. All depends on how high that goal goes up. Alright, so once this is up to heat, we'll start frying all the gold fingers. We're already about 15 minutes on the rice.
Devinvest says, if you do cook that brisket, I will definitely bring in some popcorn to watch you do it.
Imagine if they had a camera.
An ad-free LL3 TV
You
says,
could put in the smoker.
smoking anything takes at least 4 to 5 hours.
Oh, brisket takes well over 12. It would be like a 2-part live stream. Pulled pork I can get done in about 8 hours. If I did a tomahawk, we could do a tomahawk. That's actually a decent stream time. That's 2 hours. We could do a big tomahawk. We're looking at $60 for the tomahawk. You might be thinking, why would you smoke a tomahawk steak? You don't understand. You don't understand. Annabelle, I work in the smokehouse for a living. So that's how I know how long things take. Tomahawk, that would be a good stream though. That would be a good stream because we'd smoke tomahawk, then throw that on the grill.
TV says, "Ooh yeah, tomahawk."
We would throw that thing right on the grill as soon as it's done, so we'll reverse sear it.
Devinvest says, "What about smoking some ribs?"
You could do ribs. Let's see where the goal gets by the end of the night, and then I'll figure it out. We're about 300 degrees. And I ain't gonna overflow it either. I'm gonna take my time. Because like I said, worst comes to worst. If it's sat for a little bit, it always can be thrown in the air fryer for a little quick warm up. So I'm not worried. I'm hungry. I really didn't eat much yesterday. What I did eat made me sick. Just glad I feel a lot better today. A lot better. The tablet was running at 360.
An ad-free LL3 TV says, "You need to try my wife's pork, but I think she needs to enter a contest, but she lacks the self-confidence and you can give her some advice."
Last year, me and my buddy, because we technically like co-own the smokehouse, it's just me and him. We got second place on our pork butt.
Devinvest says, "What was one of your struggle meals growing up?"
As in cooking wise?
Yes, as in cooking wise.
I'm not the greatest baker. But I do have this dessert recipe I want to try making for you guys.
M.R. Keith says, "I just tried the bunion sour cream."
Bunion sour cream, what is that? Alright, we're at temp. One last stir. Let that batter soak. Where's my
An
stick?
ad-free LL3 TV says, "What about you smoking award you were going to tell us?" M.R. Keith says, "Q9 sour cream from your video. They were gross."
Okay, yep. Sometimes text-to-speech really just doesn't speak very blatant. Alright, that's good for the first batch. Oh, these are airing right up. These are airing right up.
MRT says, how did you set up the voice response on your video? I like that. Devinvest says, I tried the new Baja Melbourne Dew flavor that tastes like iced pop, and it does.
It's through Moblin. It's a live streaming app. It's meant for like IRL streamers. Folks, I think we did it. Like, holy crap. I think we did it. It looks real. I'm dead serious. This
MRT
looks like...
says, what's the name of the app again?
Moblin. M-O-B-L-I-N. Moblin. Oh my goodness, guys. It literally looks just like... It looks just like Restaurant Goldfinger's. Holy crud. I am happy right now. Because the amount of money that I spend on Golden Fingers is insane. Oh my goodness. Guys, you don't understand.
Devinvest says, the chef has once did it again. All hell Fluffy.
I mean, I get paid to cook, so you must know something, I guess. Like, guys, if you could see this. If you know what golden fingers are, that's a golden finger. I am so proud of myself right now. Takes 5 minutes, so. Just making sure the oil's not sitting too hot. What's everyone having for dinner? Had for dinner? What's everybody having for dinner or had for dinner?
Devin just says, is that a cooking thermometer?
I use it for smoking, but it does the same job. Look at these, folks. Look at these.
Zero says, chicken and fries.
Look at these. Does Fluffy know what he's doing or what? Look at these, folks. Come on. Try to get one more scoop.
And that 3LL3GV says, you now.
Alright, let's do another batch. These ones are definitely on the bigger side. Try to put one more in there. Oh my goodness, they're nice and crispy. When the rice is done, I will crack open one of those so you guys can see how airy it is inside. You give it about a minute and then that should be good enough that the batter is holding up so you can be able to flip it. You're gonna flip it about twice during the whole cooking process. Now I have to grab the tub of butter. For the rice. Alright, while this is cooking, I'm going to quickly wash this bowl so I can use it for the rice. So that I can use that pot for the sauce so we don't have to wait. Diabetes.
Joshua Maxwell says, favorite comfort food.
Chinese? Or are you asking me? Favorite comfort's Italian. Well, that could definitely go down for a burger. I don't know, I feel like I've eaten so many burgers that I've almost got like tired of them. I am a hot dog connoisseur though. Alright, this is going to be their second flip.
Devin just said, my favorite food is Mexican dog. Love those burritos.
See, that's the problem where I'm at. There's not really any good authentic Mexican restaurants. Alright, let's go into the microwave. Almost time to pull, and then we're going to start the sauce, and then I'll put the last round in. These are still warm too. Guys, come on now. Look at that. Can I fit the rest of this in there? That's the big question. Oops. Alright, the rest I'll call it. There's like 2 small ones. This, in my opinion, is at its max. Sorry for the beeping. Alright, we're going to start the sauce. As soon as I get these flipped.
Devin Bust says, I absolutely love a good taco salad, when it's made right with Doritos.
Taco pizza's killer though too. If you've never had a taco pizza before, those are killer too. Alright, so we're going to need 1/3 cup of sugar. Which is about half of this. A little sweeter, won't hurt. Half a cup of ketchup. This is a 1/4 cup. Two teaspoons of cornstarch. Looks about right. White vinegar. 2 teaspoons. Looks about right. And it says half a cup of water. And then half a teaspoon of salt. Mix it up. And then we're going to bring this to a boil, and that's it.
Devin just said, I used to know a girl in high school who used to only eat corn surf by itself.
Alright, time for its last flip. I almost stuck my hand in there like a moron. So Fluffy George, that used to be here a lot on the channel, folks.
When says, look like you've lost weight, Fluffy. Cheers, brother.
When we were making monkey bread that day, he stuck his hand in the boiling hot syrup mix. I wish I lost a little more, but could be better.
Nick says, R.I.P. George.
He's doing his own thing. Alright, these are the last ones.
Gavin says, could you bring George back for a cooking stream?
Possibly. Only if he promises to burn himself again. Alright, folks, if you've had golden fingers before from a Chinese restaurant, how do we think I did? How do you think I did? Did I do good? Here's one of the bottom ones.
Nick Goodid says, that looks bomb.
Look at that.
Kerry the Dallanist says, looks great. Devin says, 8.5. Josh Ewan Maxwell says, looks awesome.
Alright,
3LL3TV says, 100.
here's some of that sauce. Yeah, right there. Now I'm talking. Oh my God. See? It's nice and airy. Yeah! Now we're talking. Alright. Actually, I don't even know how I'm going to take a picture of this. When I let you guys go, I got to take a picture. I'll probably just take a picture of my plate. Alright folks, I hope you guys all enjoyed this. It was absolutely fun. We'll do another live to try to raise some more money towards a smoking stream. Hope you guys enjoy this. I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, today's a good day to have a great day. God bless each and one of you. Peace. I'll see you guys all next time.